Welcome to our college briefing program. Today, we dive into some significant news stories making waves around the world. First up, a catastrophic acid spill at a Zambian copper mine has raised alarms about environmental damage and the potential strain on Zambia's relations with China. With millions affected and wildlife casualties reported, this incident has prompted calls for international assistance and sparked discussions about the future of Chinese investments in the region. Next, in the realm of sports, Auburn basketball coach Bruce Pearl made headlines by using his platform to advocate for Edan Alexander, the last American hostage held in Gaza. His heartfelt plea during a post-game press conference highlights the urgency of the situation amidst the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, reminding us that sports can also serve as a stage for important social issues. Lastly, we celebrate the incredible achievements at the NCAA Men's Wrestling Championships, where Penn State's Carter Starocci made history by winning his 5th national title. Meanwhile, Wyatt Hendrickson stunned Olympic champion Gable Steveson, adding excitement to the tournament. With a strong showing from Penn State and notable performances across the board, the event has captured the attention of fans everywhere. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. South China Morning Post reports on a catastrophic acid spill from a Chinese-owned copper mine in Zambia that has raised serious concerns about both environmental damage and diplomatic relations between Zambia and China. The incident occurred on February 18 when a tailings dam at the Sino-Metals Leach Zambia copper mine collapsed, releasing 50 million liters of concentrated acid waste into a stream that feeds into the Kafue River, a critical water source for millions. The Zambian government, led by President Hakainde Hichilema, has been forced to confront the fallout, as the spill has devastated local wildlife and agriculture. Experts suggest that this disaster could strain the historically strong ties between Zambia and China, with observers noting that the environmental catastrophe will likely harm diplomatic relations, even if a complete severing of ties is improbable. The Associated Press highlights Auburn basketball coach Bruce Pearl's heartfelt plea for the return of Edan Alexander, the last American hostage in Gaza, during a post-game news conference after his team's NCAA tournament victory. Pearl, who sought permission from his players to address the sensitive issue, emphasized the importance of raising awareness about Alexander's plight, stating that not enough people know his name. He drew parallels between the current situation and historical suffering, describing October 7 as a devastating day for the Jewish community. Pearl's passionate call for action resonated with the audience, as he underscored the need for the release of hostages to halt the violence, reflecting his deep commitment to both his faith and his country. In another report from the Associated Press, Penn State's Carter Starocci made history by winning his 5th national wrestling title, while Oklahoma State's Wyatt Hendrickson pulled off a stunning upset against Olympic champion Gable Steveson in the heavyweight final. The NCAA Men's Wrestling Championships showcased intense competition, with Starocci's victory marking a significant achievement for the Nittany Lions, who secured their 3rd four-peat and 12th national title under coach Cale Sanderson. The event also featured a host of thrilling matches, with several other wrestlers claiming titles, including Nebraska's Ridge Lovett and Ohio State's Jesse Mendez. The championships were attended by President Donald Trump, who shared in the excitement of the moment, further elevating the significance of the event. Associated Press reports that BYU has made a triumphant return to the Sweet 16 of March Madness for the first time since 2011, after a nail-biting 91-89 victory over Wisconsin. The game was marked by a stellar performance from Wisconsin's John Tunge, who scored an impressive 37 points, including a frantic 8 points during a late-game comeback. However, his hopes of clinching victory were dashed when he missed a fadeaway shot just before the buzzer. Richie Saunders contributed significantly to BYU's win with 25 points, setting the stage for their next matchup against either Alabama or St. Mary's next Thursday in Newark. BBC highlights the growing class divide in Nigeria, exacerbated by the influx of Nigerians returning from abroad, known as IJGB, or I Just Got Back. These returnees, often flaunting their Western accents and wealth, create a stark contrast with locals who struggle economically. During festive periods, particularly Dedi December, the cost of living surges, making it increasingly difficult for residents in cities like Lagos and Abuja to enjoy their own neighborhoods. The disparity is underscored by alarming statistics from Oxfam and the World Bank, revealing a significant wealth gap, with over 60% of Nigeria's wealth held by just 10% of the population. As many young Nigerians aspire to emigrate for better opportunities, the societal pressure to succeed remains palpable, making the divide between the wealthy and the impoverished even more pronounced. In another BBC piece, the decline of nightlife in Britain is explored, as grassroots clubs like Hope Works in Sheffield shut their doors for good amid changing social habits and economic pressures. The closure of over 400 clubs in the past 5 years raises questions about a cultural shift, particularly among Generation Z, who are reportedly going out less frequently, influenced by a growing awareness of health and well-being. Factors such as rising costs and the lasting impact of the COVID-19 pandemic have contributed to this trend, leading to a nightlife that is increasingly seen as a luxury. Experts suggest that while some young people are finding alternative ways to socialize, the essence of nightclubs as vital community spaces is at risk, emphasizing the need for clubs to evolve to survive in this new landscape. BBC, in a heartwarming reflection on the kindness of strangers, readers shared their uplifting experiences, highlighting how random acts of goodwill can profoundly impact lives. Athena Rowley recounted a memorable Halloween when her son Robert, dressed as Hey Doug G, unexpectedly spread joy by sharing his last sweets with a group of teenagers. To her surprise, those very teenagers returned moments later, bringing bags of candy for Robert, showcasing a beautiful moment of empathy that challenged the negative stereotypes often associated with youth. Similarly, Jocelyn and Mark Tress were aided by a young man who stopped to help them change a flat tire on the motorway, emphasizing the selflessness often found in younger generations. These stories illustrate a refreshing perspective on humanity, affirming that kindness is alive and well, especially among the youth. Yahoo US, as the Eastern Washington Eagles football team gears up for their spring camp, Coach Aaron Best faces a myriad of challenges, particularly in filling key positions on the offensive line. With only a handful of players available and several nursing injuries, the team is at a crossroads as they prepare for a pivotal season. The spotlight shines on Jared Taylor, the fifth-year quarterback, who is expected to take on a more dynamic role this year. After a season characterized by a run-heavy offense, there are plans to diversify their strategy, allowing Taylor to showcase his passing skills more prominently. The excitement builds as the team navigates through their spring practices, striving to solidify their lineup and develop a cohesive unit ahead of the upcoming season. Associated Press, in an exhilarating NCAA tournament matchup, the Auburn Tigers fought hard to secure their place in the Sweet 16, overcoming the Creighton Blue Jays with a final score of 82-70. Coach Bruce Pearl's team demonstrated resilience, particularly in the second half, where they found their defensive rhythm and executed a pivotal 10-0 run that propelled them ahead. Tahad Pettiford emerged as a standout player, scoring 16 of his 23 points after halftime, while Chad Baker-Mazara added 17 points to the scoreboard. Despite a competitive first half, where Creighton showcased impressive shooting, Auburn's ability to adapt and dominate in the paint ultimately led them to victory. With their sights set on a national title, the Tigers look forward to their next challenge against Michigan, eager to build on their momentum and continue their march through March Madness. BBC, Noland Arbaugh, a 30-year-old man from Arizona, made headlines as the first person to receive a brain chip from Neuralink, the neurotechnology company founded by Elon Musk. After being paralyzed from the shoulders down in a diving accident in 2016, he embraced the risks of the experimental device, which translates thoughts into computer commands. Nolan's journey began when he awoke from surgery to find he could control a cursor on a screen just by thinking about moving his fingers, a breakthrough that reignited his passion for gaming. While the technology has shown potential to restore independence, concerns about privacy and the invasive nature of such devices linger in the background. Despite this, Noland remains optimistic, envisioning a future where he could control a wheelchair or even a robot with his thoughts. The Sydney Morning Herald, at Our Lady's Primary School in Surrey Hills, a parent-run canteen has become a beloved institution, serving delicious and affordable lunches that resonate with the community spirit. Every Friday, parent volunteers come together to prepare an array of favorites, from organic chicken burgers to ham and cheese toasties, all for a mere $6. This initiative, spearheaded by Laura Edgecombe, was born out of a desire for better quality meals after a previous lunch provider fell short. The canteen not only provides meals but also fosters connections among students and parents, with handwritten notes and jokes adding a personal touch to each order. Principal Annie Engeliner champions this community effort, highlighting the relationships built through the canteen, which has become a cherished part of school life. South China Morning Post, a controversial post by a Zhejiang University associate professor, known only as Lu, sparked outrage across social media after he outlined strict criteria for a potential girlfriend, likening it to selecting an imperial concubine. Lu's requirements included specific height, appearance, and educational background, with a preference for younger women from elite universities. The public response ranged from disbelief to criticism, with many questioning the values behind his approach to relationships. In light of the backlash, the university distanced itself from Liu's claims, asserting that the information was unverified and potentially misleading. Liu has since reported the matter to the police, highlighting the intense scrutiny and discussion surrounding modern dating expectations in China. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on Barbara Brennan's journey from incarceration to empowerment. After serving 26 months for shoplifting, the 45-year-old mother of 4 found herself homeless and without support upon her release. Determined to break the cycle of reoffending, she established Bars Behind Me, an advocacy service aimed at women exiting prison. With a focus on community connections and employment opportunities, such as lawn mowing, Brennan is committed to helping others find their footing and avoid the mistakes she made, all while navigating her own challenges as a former inmate. The Globe and Mail highlights the escalating political tensions in Turkey following the detention of Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, a prominent opposition figure. Prosecutors have requested his formal arrest over allegations of corruption and links to terrorism, which many view as a politically motivated move to eliminate him from the upcoming presidential race. As protests erupt across the country, demonstrators rally against what they perceive as a violation of democratic rights. İmamoğlu's arrest has galvanized opposition support, with calls for symbolic elections to showcase solidarity, amidst government claims of maintaining public order. According to the Associated Press, Michigan's basketball team, led by Roddy Gale, made a remarkable comeback against Texas A&M in the NCAA tournament, securing a spot in the Sweet 16. Gale's impressive second-half performance, scoring 21 of his 26 points, helped the Wolverines overcome a 10-point deficit. The team's transformation from a disappointing previous season to a strong contender this year is attributed to the leadership of new coach Dusty May, who has revitalized the program. Michigan's resilience was evident as they closed the game on a 9-0 run, demonstrating their determination and teamwork in the high-stakes environment of March Madness. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spit, walls come down. Voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd. Broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen. Every link a different theme, words collide in the stream. 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot. Cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a stroke. Every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code. Journalistic real deep, secrets out they don't sleep. Every angle they repeat, in the news we take a leap. New perspectives day by day, hidden truths come to play. In the background shades of gray, every story finds its way. Perspectives day by day, hidden truths come to play. In the background shades of gray, every story finds
cultures. Like how, what train Billy or do not. What enough to be you, everything and ever. What enough and after, what enough and after, what enough and after, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing, nothing.